Okay, so this is going to be a video on how to use the database. So when you first go to idefs.org, it'll show you this page. So then you'll just go into the top right and hit login. So here you can either sign up or log in. The sign up process is pretty straightforward, first name, last name, email, username, things like that. This is what will be displayed to other users and how picture credit will be given. Then you can select a plan, ignore these bottom three, they're a work in progress. Most people select free. Um, if you feel like donating, then you sign up and you'll get a confirmation email. But I'm already signed up, so I'm just going to go ahead and put in my login information. And there we go. So the first thing that you can do is go to your profile page. Here, this is what will be displayed. So about me, keeping fish sense here, specialize in this, ask me about anything, and the company, which is optional, that I'm with. You can update this profile here. So if you click on your name and hit update profile, you can change your name, your contact information, your profile picture, and the plan that you're on. So in order to upload a species, which is the main part of this, you'll go to your dashboard. I have the admin dashboard, so I have a couple more things that you will not have, but you'll first start with one of these two. So if your species that you want to enter doesn't have the family already here, you could go ahead and manage family, say add families. Then this should say family name. That is something we're fixing. But you'll enter the family name here, add an image, and submit. Then when you go back, you will be able to add a species. So I'm going to be adding a species that I have a picture from one of my friends. So Siphotilapia frontosa. Siphotilapia. And it's from the family Cichlidae, right? Yeah, that's spelled correctly. And that will be the Burundi frontosa. Or this one is just frontosa in general. Country of origin. I always misspell this, so I'm just going to copy paste. It is Lake Tanganyika. And you can add several places if they're found in several countries. Conservation status. Let's see. Now, I believe this is least care. Conservation status. Least concern, yeah. So we'll go ahead and put that there. The size, this species typically gets to be about 23 centimeters, and you can convert to centimeters to inches. So the weird thing about this is it won't let you convert if the field is empty. So if you wanted to put in 12 inches, you'd have to switch here, select 12, and then it'll convert it back and forth. But for now, I'm just going to put 23 centimeters. Temperament, it's usually kept in species-only tanks. It is a cichlid, so it is a little more aggressive. Let's see here. I have picture somewhere. Here it is. And the species in the picture are wild caught in captivity. So here we have like the general care information. Recommended tank size is around 180 gallons. Here's that weird thing again. And convert it to liters. I'll just round up to 50. Diet is carnivorous. Let's see, temperatures around 23 to 27 degrees, and parameters, you can add anything else you'd like here. I'm just going to add pH for now, and that'll be between 8 and 9. Tank level mid. Other information, these species are best kept in groups, in species-only tanks. And we'll quickly establish hierarchy between individuals. Spawning method, this is a mouth brooder. Spawning size, like about 10 to 20. Breeding season or trigger. Influx of cooler water. And information about fry care. You can either strip the female and raise the eggs in tumbler, or leave the fry to develop inside the female's mouth, though many will not make it if kept in the tank. And submit. Great, so now we can view this species. It's been added to the database, and we are still working on a couple of bugs with the picture sizing and the credit, but all credit will be given in the form of the username in the top right corner. So there will be one extra step. Since I'm an admin, the species was uploaded directly. However, if you upload a species and you're not an admin, it'll go to me for approval first, just so I can make sure that the information looks correct and to avoid any spam or bots or anything like that. There are a couple of other features. There's the blogs, and anyone can add a blog post, and there are also the forums. So here we have like species identification help, introductions, bug reports, things like that. And that again can be uploaded from the dashboard. So if you want to make a forum post, you say create forum post, you'd select an overarching category, and you select a subcategory. So in general, there's rules and introductions, then we have bug reports and suggested features, then we have ID help, off-topic, illnesses, medication, etc., etc. And of course, if you don't find the subgenre that you want, feel free to send me a message, or you can create a forum category. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you can click through these different data. Oh, let me explain the rest of it. You can add new images. So if there's a species that's already been uploaded and you just want to add a picture, you can go ahead and do that here. Click add image, and then it'll be added here. And if you are an organization, then you can add a conservation effort. And then you have the location, and those locations will eventually be shown on these maps. For now, it only shows you where the fish is located. So this is where the axolotl is found, and eventually it will show conservation locations as well. So here, if you want to add a research paper, same thing, then you can view them. They'll be available as PDFs for anyone to read. If you want to add a new setup, you can go here and fill in the information that's different, and then that will be shown here in these setup reports. So everyone who keeps them differently and who has had success with different parameters or different spawning methods can add that here. And it's the same thing for the breeding information. And then you can see the breeding report. The last feature is that if you know exactly where your fish came from, you can go here and you can actually register a species. So just like the American Kennel Club tracks lineages and things like that, so does this database. So basically what you'll do is you'll go to the dashboard, and if you go to manage species and view species, and you select this action. So if you have this frontosa, for example, and you know exactly where it came from, you can register the species. And what will happen is you'll see, is it wild caught or captive bred? Captive bred is only applicable to fish whose parents you can trace the lineage exactly. So if you have two wild caught fish where you know where they came from, you can register the offspring. But you'd want to start with wild caught. You need the collection location, the seller that you got it from, the date acquired, and it will return a certificate. So you can upload a picture here, I'll verify the species, and once you hit register, it will return a certificate which will be visible on your profile. It'll be right here, but I don't have any registered right now. So once you register a species, you'll be able to see that, and you can also register a spawn. So if you have a spawn of two wild caught fish, for example, that's when you would say the captive bred, and it'll give you an identification number. So if you ever sell or buy fish from anyone else, they can transfer that identification number to you, and we'll be able to trace exactly where it came from. So that's a quick rundown of the database that I've been working on.